Hello, fans of sports and fans of topics. My name is Eric Martinez, and welcome to another episode of Sport Topics. The NBA playoffs are upon us, and we got a great panel of guys here to talk about the playoff situation we have on hand. So we know who we would probably want to see in the NBA Finals, maybe the Rockets or 76ers even, but we're here to talk about who we would least like to see. Which matchup, when we turn the NBA Finals on, would we just not want to see play the NBA Finals? What would be the worst NBA Finals matchup? So here with me to discuss, to my left, I have Kimo Fabian, who is a Titans fan as well as a Milwaukee Bucks fan.
Yes,
Kimo, you ready?
Giannis all day, buddy. And yes, I'm ready.
There you go. And right next to him, we have Raven, who is ironically a Baltimore Ravens fan as well as a Golden State Warriors fan.
Shocker.
Get after it.
There you go. So like I said, we have a topic about the playoffs today, who we would least like to see in the NBA Finals. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to them. They're going to give who they think would make the worst finals matchup, and then the floor will be open for them to discuss. And at the end, I will be choosing the winner based on creativity, passion, overall arguments, and just how well they've attacked their opponent as well as defended their position in their teams for the NBA Finals. So Kimo, who do you think, which two teams from each conference would make the worst NBA Finals matchup this year?
I know I might get a lot of things for this, but honestly, I'm tired of the Cavs and Warriors. You know, just like four finals in a row. It's just like it's unnecessary. I just need new faces.
Okay, Cavs Warriors, and I know Warriors, like we said, are Ravens teams, but Raven, who do you got going to the finals that would just make the worst finals that we could see as fans?
Well, so for my choice, I just want to clarify the only way this would happen if everybody died in the NBA. Like, Miami Heat versus the Portland Trailblazers.
Not likely to happen, but
Not likely, very
that's not
not
the topic.
likely to happen. But they're just setting the parameters so everyone understands. Like this, the only way this would ever happen is death from everybody.
Everybody gets injured and just
Golden
Dies.
State's already
Which-
on it.
Whatever, dude.
All right, well, like I said, I'll leave the floor over to you guys to discuss. We got Cavs Warriors against the Trailblazers and Heat, so I'll turn it over to you guys. Go for it.
You go first.
Oh, thank you, man.
Ladies first.
Well, for the Cavs and Warriors, honestly, everybody knows I just feel like it's overrated. You know, it's just they've been there, we've seen it, we know what to expect. It's just we need new faces. We just need something else, you know. The Cavs this season have been playing sloppy. I honestly don't think they really deserve it. They're disappointing to watch. LeBron, yes, I understand he's putting the team on his back like usual, but you know, it's just not fun to watch. The one guy.
Am I rebuttaling?
Yeah.
Oh, I was waiting.
So, shut up. First of all, let's start with the best teams in the world are on those two teams. No matter what, who, when, where, whatever they say, dude, those are the best. You got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. You got the king, LeBron James, and I mean, he's LeBron. Like, that's just, it is what it is. And that would be the third time these teams would be going to the finals and playing against each other. And especially, dude, it's just best players in the world on those two teams. That's all I can really say. Like, even with Steph hurt right now, he's going to come back. He always comes back off of an injury, and he just plays on fuego, just drains. It doesn't matter. These players are, dude, they're different players in the offseason, in the postseason. Kevin Durant is a machine throughout the entire season, no matter what. He's going to get his points. But when it comes to playoffs, dude, he's an MVP in the finals. So is Steph Curry, 2-time MVP in the finals. Bro, and they already have 2 titles. You just can't sleep on the Warriors. It's always exciting. No matter who the Warriors play, they're just exciting to watch, whether it's the Cavs or anyone else. It really doesn't matter.
Honestly, with that, I feel like it's only their starting 5 with both teams. Bad benches. When it comes to the benches, the teams are sloppy. They kind of lose their focus. They don't know what they're doing. You know, like they're just all over the place. Look at the Warriors without Steph right now. Look at how they've been playing. Look what happened with them with the Jazz. They got smacked. Just embarrassing. Just literally got ripped apart. Heat, Trailblazers, you know, those are fun teams to watch right there. McCollum, Lillard constantly draining. You're talking about Steph Curry. Them two are just right up there with them. You know, they're fun to watch. Strong offenses. You know, Heat and Wade. Sorry. Dwayne Wade leaving the Cavs, going back to the Heat, and then stepping up for them, pushing them so hard. Look at, like, he is playing like he is the backbone. He is the backbone, obviously. But, like, with him and Whiteside on the defense, you know, he's great for rebounds. It's just going to be a fight. And Dragic, too, playing for the Heat. They have a good bench overall.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I don't understand it. So my thing is just like the Trailblazers, who's really a Trailblazers fan? Like, I want to know. To this day, I haven't met a real Trailblazers fan. Not one, dude. Not one. Who outside of Portland, Oregon, is a real Trailblazers fan?
I wouldn't say
no
they're
one?
fans.
They don't
I would
have-
say they're Lillard fans, you know?
They should be called the Damian Lillards and the CJ McCollum.
Well,
That's what they should be called because they
but
don't
they
have
put
a
on
team.
a show.
They don't
that's
have a team.
That's what matters.
Well, they
put on a show.
revolve around these two players, and yeah, like that's cool sometimes, you know, clutch plays. I understand all of that, but I just don't like Damian Lillard. I don't know why his face bothers me, dude. It really does. Damian Lillard, if you're listening to this, your face bothers me. Change it because it's irritating.
You just like
CJ McCollum's good. Like, they're good players. I'm not going to lie. They are all-star material. But no one likes watching Portland. They got swept last time they went to the finals. Like, they're not going to make it in the end, but that's what I'm saying. Like, death upon everybody and all the all-stars in the NBA right now for the Trailblazers to make it. They always come out hot in the end of the season every year, and then they just choke in the end. And then, yeah, the Heat's a good team. I like the Heat. They got good players, but they don't really have any real all-stars.
Wade.
Like, okay, but Wade's like 157,000 years old. So, like, he's good, but he's coming off the bench as well. Like, D-Wade is always good. He was good in the Cavs. He's good back in Miami. No matter what, he's going to get his points. He's just that player. But as far as the squad itself, the Heat was never really a contender. I'm surprised they're even in the playoffs to begin with. But Hassan Whiteside, you know, he's good. 28 years old. He's
Big
huge,
man.
265
Big
pounds, athletic. And that's what the only thing I like to see from that team and from any team is just athletic big men. They're so fun to watch just because the game's evolving to that. So, yeah, he gets his points. He's like 14 points per game average right now. He's 7 foot tall. And Nurkic's face on the Damian Lillard's bothers me too. I don't know why. His last name is just annoying. I don't like the Portland Trailblazers, not the Pacers.
We've seen so many
Correction.
We've seen so many Cavs and Warrior faces. Like, that's all we see. We turn on TV, it's always them. You know, we want those new faces. We want those. We want to see people shine. We want to see new opportunities.
But that's what the playoffs is. Like, this year's playoffs is all these teams coming together that you never would have thought are going to even be contenders are now in the playoffs itself. So, but like I said, dude, just watching the Warriors, because we're talking about the finals.
Okay, right now, the Warriors are bugging me because you got Zaza playing dirty. Just a dirty player. Zaza. He's dirty. And then Durant has attitude right now, dude. And, like, no one wants to see that. They just want to
always had attitude.
Yeah, but has the most ejections in the NBA. You know that, right? And
yeah, but he's also one of the best
Warriors,
players in the NBA.
The Warriors have the most ejections as a team.
It's just passion. That's what sets him apart from the rest of the crowd, bro. He's just got that attitude. He's got that fire, that flame, no matter what. Yeah, he's got attitude because he's out there giving it 110%.
Well,
Think
I'm worried,
about it,
man, because the Warriors' injuries are gonna happen. What if Curry comes back in the finals again and gets injured? You know, it's just like it's not fun to watch a bench play. Swaggy P can only do so much.
Swaggy P's nasty. Swaggy P's nasty. You can't sleep on Swaggy P. Colin Quinn, is that his name? Colin Quinn, the point guard who came up from the G League, right?
I think so. We'll have to check. But
whatever, something
sure.
Quinn.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He's the guy who's kind of taking over in Steph's place. Came up from the G League. He's a monster. He's been a monster. He's had a lot of opportunities to come. It's just never been his time. I mean, it's a hard team to try to get onto the roster from the G League. I mean, they have 3 All-Stars on this team. And then their bench is still good too. You got Andre Iguodala. It took all of those people to get hurt for him to come up from the G League, but I honestly think he's a key player, and he's probably going to be there to stay. Like, some of these guys are getting older, man. Some of these guys on the bench are getting a little older, and he's young. He's got fire. He's just got too much flair, I think, because it throws off the game. He takes too many shots he shouldn't be taking. He should be dishing it out. But, hey, he's trying to show off, because when the hell is he ever going to have an opportunity again like this where everybody was hurt and then he got his opportunity? Like, it's easier for other teams, you know, when you're struggling a little bit. But when you come from one of the best teams in the entire NBA, that takes a lot of things falling in line for him to come up, and he's shining. He's good. He's fast. Dude, like, just a comparison would be probably Donovan Mitchell. They're both small, but they're fast. And he's got a jumper, mid-range.
Mitchell's on another level.
Mitchell's nasty. But so I'm saying, bro, like, you're talking about the bench on the Warriors. The Warriors bench is nasty. They got Kyle Looney.
Defense, though, they lack
Andre
defense.
Iguodala.
They're just an
Swaggy
offensive
P.
team. But I mean, that
Defense?
defense. Durant, yeah, probably. That's about it.
Draymond Green.
He's all right.
Klay Thompson.
He's
Klay
gonna bite
Thompson.
people.
Klay Thompson can cover almost every position on an opposing team. He's such a universal defender, dude. I'm just telling you. Like, you can't sleep on any of these players. You're just a hater, bro. That's what it is. You're a hater. You're a hater just because Milwaukee's not going to make it. And I like Giannis.
They are not on the topic.
I like
okay?
Giannis.
They're not on
But
the
they're not
topic.
going to make it, and you're bitter about it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I hate Damian Lillard. I want to say that too, because he bugs me. And you know how this would probably
But think
be
about the teams
the
you
worst
chose.
ratings ever.
But you understand the teams you chose. Honestly, if they were in the finals, you know how much of a fight that would be. Just because they're like literally on the same level. Like that would be so fun to watch. Just because you don't know who's gonna win.
No, I understand.
Like it's gonna
okay,
be back
see,
and forth. Like it's gonna be like that would literally be
that
a
I
3-3
understand.
game series right there. You
Just
know, like
from that. But you'd have to get over the morning of everybody dying in the NBA and all of your favorite players, because this is never happening ever. That's why this would be the worst matchup ever. You Heat fans, shut up. It's, first of all, Florida, dude, it's too sticky down there, bro. You guys got to find another place, bro. Abandoned ship, too many hurricanes, okay? And then Portland, like, dude, these guys never get sun, ever.
but man, like I want to see underdogs. All right, like
Underdogs, though.
yes, underdogs.
But these are just like...
These aren't underdogs.
Overrated.
They're overrated people. Cavs and Warriors are overrated.
Cavs and Warriors
Overrated.
they're
not underdogs.
Amazing.
Everybody's seen them.
Heat and
Everybody
Blazers
knows what
are
they can do.
overrated.
We want to see
But
underdogs.
you know
Wade stepping up, being the big man for the team.
one thing I
Lillard
going to
taking
agree-
risks, showing the flair that he has.
I don't know, dude. So one
I
thing
don't-
I am going to agree with on yours, I'm going to say this. The Cavs, I think that's the only part of that scenario I think would be trash. Because, you know, I honestly don't even think Cavs are going to make it past the first round right now. Let alone if they made it to the finals against a healthy Warriors. Heck no, dude. That's not happening. Because LeBron by himself is not taking on 3 All-Stars. It's just not going to happen. And the way he's been playing, dude,
He's gonna get hurt. He's gonna hurt himself.
Either
LeBron,
A,
he's
gonna
hurt himself.
Yeah, either A, he's gonna hurt himself, or B, he's so in the heads of his own players, dude, and they're so new. They haven't even played a full half a season, let alone a season, and now they're going to the playoffs.
That's the
And they're
reason why
gonna-
I don't want the Cavs, man. Just like the way they were playing this season, like how are you gonna have like literally the strongest looking team on paper, and then
On
have to
paper.
trade them within games,
And then
within
have another
trade the
lineup
whole roster.
That's also good on paper, but they just can't perform together. And the problem is LeBron and his attitude. He's not a good leader. That's the only thing I'm going to say about Cavs, because if the Warriors are there, I'm going to enjoy it, obviously.
That's your
I
team.
may be
That's
a
your
little
team.
biased, a little bit.
It's your team.
But that being said, any other team other than the Cavs, I would say, yeah, that would be pretty interesting. But that's still an interesting game because that's the third time they're going together. But we all know what the outcome's going to be if that is what ends up happening. And dude, that's all I'm saying, bro.
All right, well, I'll leave it for closing arguments. So, Kimo, I want to hear, again, why the Cavs Warriors would be the worst things for us fans to see in the championship, and why the Blazers Heat would be better for us to see when we turn on the TV. And Ravens, same thing. I want to hear why Blazers Heat, when we turn it on, would be better or worse than seeing the Cavs Warriors. So,
Best players in the world.
As I was saying, Cavs and Warriors, we just need new faces. Like, we've all seen LeBron. We all seen Curry. We want to see new people. Durant, like, just being, like, a team like that, like, I don't like seeing just super teams. It's not fun. It gets boring at times, because we already know what's going to happen.
See, I'm going to disagree.
But that's why. Hold on, I'm closing right now. All right,
No,
I'm closing.
You're disrespectful.
So I want to see the Heat and Blazers. I'd rather see that, just because I know it would be a fight. Because we honestly don't know what the teams can bring. It's gonna be like just biting your nails, just trying to see who's gonna win. I feel like most of these games will come down to the wire every time. Like. They know how to fight, and that's what I want to see.
Yeah, but so high school basketball games come down to the wire all the time, bro. Nobody wants to see that. Like, what? You go to a high school basketball game, you know how many people are not there? That's how the Heat and the Trailblazers are going to be, bro.
Just dominating games, or just like it's going to be boring, man. We're just going to sit there. It's like, oh, look, it's Warriors. And Cavs.
Bro, see, that's the thing is the Warriors have such a large following, especially now, because obviously, you're dealing with things like bandwagon fans and stuff like that.
Brandon.
But yeah, dude.
Sorry, what happened?
Hey, dude, it is what it is. Bro. I didn't start watching basketball until 2 years ago, and my favorite color is blue. Everybody who knows me can attest to that, so eat it.
It's okay.
First of all,
I'm not a team player. I'm a player.
There.
But
so one of the points is like the Heat doesn't have like a real all-star. Like Hassan Whiteside's good.
Underdogs, bro. That's
Hassan Whiteside's
the
good.
Underdog story.
He's an all-star, but he's not like an all-star. Like, oh damn.
I wouldn't say he's an all-star. I'm just saying the underdog.
But he would be considered one. He'd be considered one. And yeah, Damian Lillard is an all-star.
No, yeah.
I can say that because he drains, and that just is what it is. But it's like no one really wants to watch Portland.
What do you mean? They're fun, man.
No, they're boring. There's two people doing everything. I hate that. You know what I like watching are games that are coordinated, like Cavs versus Warriors, bro.
Cavs look coordinated?
It's
LeBron's coordinated.
The Warriors,
LeBron's
but like they're on a higher
level.
level. They're on like another level. So you're actually watching the game and seeing plays develop, and they're trying new things. Whereas these guys, you know what the Blazers are going to do? They're going to do a pick screen, and they're going to try to. They're going to try to get Damian Lillard open, and that's all they do. CJ McCollum's the same thing. They got bursts of speed, so it's kind of the same play every time, just because they're either too fast or they're just in position and they're kind of just spreading the floor. But that it's the same. They don't have any other strategy other than that. Because you watch the Blazers game, it's always the same two people with all the points, and everyone else are just role players. And then on the Heat, it's the same thing. You just kind of have a bunch of players, like they pitch in and they kind of get a pot of like points together. But dude, nobody wants to watch it. Nobody wants to watch that. Warriors are fun to watch. I love watching the Warriors. Just beat the crap out of it because they were a bad team for so long. Like you're talking about underdogs, dude. You got to give the credit where credit's due. They were horrible for so many years, and they've had great players over the years too. They've had a lot of great players coming out of Golden State. They just were never that team, and especially as a recent. And now they're doing good. So that's the true underdog team because they built that team up from the ground. Like Steph Curry wasn't even like a top pick when it came to him getting drafted in the NBA. He was so low down the line, and now he's one of the best players in the team. He's one of the best players in the world. That's all I'm saying.
All right, well, it's pretty interesting choice. Great job, you guys. You guys really brought it. I mean, the Blazers and Heat isn't gonna happen. We'll
No,
be
definitely. I mean,
but that's not. We're not doing
that's
a
not-
realistic
yeah.
topic here. We're just seeing of the 16 teams,
Kind of salty about that choice. You know? It's all good though.
which one would we want to see? So, yeah, this one's probably one of the tougher ones I've had to do because both of y'all came excellently prepared with your points and your reasonings behind why. I was honestly getting a little confused when you guys were talking. Like, wait, you chose them, but you chose why they would be bad, and so I had to refigure my brain there for a second. But I think for me, I'm gonna have to give this one to the Cavs Warriors and Kimo Fabian, just because I think Raven, you helped him out a little bit by agreeing with some of his points. But I think both of y'all really gave really. I mean, I don't think I'd want to see the Blazers and the Heat in the.
Oh no, definitely not.
But,
I would not.
I mean, I don't want
want
to see the Cavs Warriors again, but I think the points that you made about the underdogs.
Man. I like the rookies right now.
Philly.
Yeah, about the underdogs, and we know who's gonna win with
Philly's-
the Cavs Warriors.
Simmons
We've
ain't a
seen
true
it before, 4 times, and so I think those points that you made, Kimo, really brought it home for me when it came to the side. So congrats, Kimo.
Thank you.
But good job, both of you. Thanks for coming out, both of you guys. Hopefully you had fun, and hopefully you, the viewers, had fun as well. Definitely get you guys on another show sometime. But that's all we have for Sport Topics here, and good luck in the playoffs to the teams that made it, and we'll see you next time.